This is 7 phrases narcissists hate. Have you ever found yourself wondering which phrases truly get under the skin of narcissists? If so, you're not alone. In today's video, we're going to explore 7 incredibly powerful phrases that narcissists can't stand to hear. These phrases hold a unique ability to make them squirm, whether they're a toxic boss, a manipulative friend, or even someone close to you, perhaps someone you didn't realize was feeding off of your energy. Knowing and using these words can help you regain control, strengthen your boundaries, and keep their toxic influence at a distance. But before we dive into these game-changing phrases, it's essential to understand why they have such an effect on narcissists. The reason these phrases work so well is rooted in the way narcissists operate. They thrive on breaking down your defenses, wearing away at your sense of self-worth, your personal boundaries, and even your energy. Narcissists want to invade every corner of your mental and emotional space. They want to strip you of your autonomy, leaving you feeling drained, disconnected, and uncertain of who you truly are. Once they've succeeded in breaking down those defenses, they have a hold over you, manipulating you into compliance. This is why these phrases are so powerful. They don't just disrupt the narcissist's control over you in the moment, but they also serve as a reminder that you can still assert your boundaries and reclaim your power. It's more than just using words. It's about reinforcing your inner strength, protecting your mental space, and asserting your independence. So these phrases are not just tools for confrontation, but signals of your ability to stand your ground, stay true to yourself, and effectively stop narcissists in their tracks. Imagine for a moment that your boundaries are like the walls of a house. This house is your sanctuary, built to protect your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. It has strong walls, secure windows, and sturdy doors to keep unwanted influences and negative energy out. Now, narcissists are a lot like thieves, constantly trying to find a way to break into your house. They'll test every possible entry point, trying to exploit any weakness they can find in your defenses. They push against your attention, your energy, and your respect, all in an effort to sneak past your boundaries. They want access to your emotional space so they can drain you, manipulate you, and assert control. The trick to protecting yourself: keeping those metaphorical doors tightly shut and refusing to let anyone, especially narcissists, cross the threshold of your personal space. One of the things narcissists absolutely cannot stand is being reminded that they cannot control you. That is exactly why these phrases we're about to talk about are so effective. They don't just push back against the narcissist's attempts to manipulate or invade your space. They help you maintain control of your own emotional house. Each time you use one of these phrases, you are asserting your right to stay inside your own personal space, undisturbed by manipulation tactics such as guilt-tripping, blaming, or playing on your emotions with pity. By reinforcing your boundaries with these words, you are telling the narcissist, "I am in control here, and you cannot manipulate me into doing what you want." These phrases are your armor. They help you remain firm in your resolve while keeping your emotional well-being intact. So, if you're ready to protect your emotional house from the toxic influence of narcissists and create a space where they can't breach your defenses, stay with us. We're about to go over exactly what to say to safeguard yourself and why these phrases work so well in maintaining control. And remember, once you've learned how to use these phrases to protect your boundaries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who might benefit from these powerful tools. Let's dive in and empower ourselves to confidently say no to manipulation and take back control of our emotional well-being once and for all. Number 1. Acknowledging your limits. When it comes time to protect your energy, one of the most effective phrases you can use is, "I can't afford it." This phrase is not just limited to financial boundaries. It extends to any situation where you need to protect your emotional, mental, or physical resources. It serves as a reminder that your energy, time, and focus are finite and must be carefully allocated. It's a phrase that helps reinforce the idea that you have a limited amount of energy available, and you cannot afford to waste it on things that drain you or are not in alignment with your priorities. For example, you might use this phrase in various situations where you need to set a boundary or protect your well-being. You could say things like, "I can't afford to take on more responsibilities right now." This could be in the context of work, school, or personal commitments where you already have a full plate. By saying this, you acknowledge that you have limits and can't stretch yourself too thin. "I can't afford to deal with that issue." This could refer to a situation that might drain your emotional or mental energy. By using this phrase, you're making it clear that dealing with something that doesn't serve your well-being isn't something you're willing to do at the moment. "I can't afford to prioritize this over my well-being." This is an important one, as it helps to shift the focus back to yourself. It's a statement that says, "I understand the importance of this situation, but my health, whether physical, emotional, or mental, has to come first." Using this phrase sends a powerful message. Your energy is precious, and it must be preserved for things that truly matter to you. It signals that you recognize your limits and are not willing to overextend yourself to accommodate others, particularly when doing so would come at the cost of your well-being. It helps protect your boundaries by making it clear that you won't deplete yourself for someone else's convenience or unrealistic demands. This is a crucial tool in maintaining your mental and emotional health, allowing you to focus on what really matters and preserve your energy for the things that truly contribute to your happiness and success. Number 2, protecting your capacity. When it comes to maintaining your dignity and protecting your mental space, one of the most powerful phrases you can use is, "I don't have the capacity to take that on." This simple yet effective statement acts as a shield, helping you to set clear boundaries and defend your emotional and mental well-being. The phrase is especially useful in situations where you feel overwhelmed or stretched too thin, allowing you to assert that you simply cannot take on any more responsibilities, tasks, or emotional labor. In practical terms, this phrase might sound like, "I don't have the capacity to handle that task right now." This could apply to work, school, or personal commitments where your plate is already full, and you recognize that you don't have the energy or mental focus to handle additional work. By saying this, you are protecting your time and effort, making sure not to take on too much at once. "I don't have the capacity to manage your feelings for you." This could come into play when you're dealing with someone who is emotionally demanding or expects you to take responsibility for their emotional well-being. By using this phrase, you are clearly communicating that while you care about the other person, you cannot carry the burden of managing their emotions on top of your own. This statement serves as a direct communication that you are protecting your emotional and mental boundaries. It's a way to assert that your well-being is your top priority, and you will not sacrifice it to accommodate others or meet their expectations. It helps to reinforce the idea that you are not obligated to take on more than you can handle, especially when it comes at the cost of your own health or peace of mind. By using this phrase, you are also setting the tone for how you expect to be treated. You are making it clear that you value your time, your energy, and your mental health, and you will not compromise them for anyone else's convenience or emotional needs. It's a powerful way to assert your boundaries without feeling guilty or overwhelmed. In situations where you feel pressured to say yes or go beyond your limits, This phrase is a strong reminder that it's okay to prioritize yourself and protect your capacity. In challenging situations, it's essential to prioritize your energy and capacity. By knowing when to say no, you ensure that you're not overcommitting or stretching yourself too thin. You protect your mental space and create the opportunity to focus on what truly matters to you. So next time you find yourself in a situation where your mental or emotional limits are being tested, remember this phrase and use it as a tool to preserve your well-being. Number 3, the power of no. A single transformative word that narcissists absolutely despise. No. Whether it's a quiet shake of your head, a calm verbal response, or a polite no, thank you, this small but mighty word is a game changer. Why? Because it directly challenges a narcissist's sense of control. By saying no, you make it clear that they don't have unrestricted access to your time, energy, or attention. This boundary is both empowering and necessary. It communicates, without aggression, that you are in charge of your life and decisions. For narcissists, who thrive on domination and manipulation, this simple refusal is a hard pill to swallow. Number 4, the ultimate boundary setter. A personal favourite for almost any scenario requiring a boundary is the phrase, "That doesn't work for me." This statement is simple yet powerful, as it denies the narcissist what they want while emphasizing your individuality. Narcissists despise being reminded that you're an independent person with your own needs and limits, not merely an extension of their desires. Phrases like this disrupt their illusion of control and reinforce your autonomy. For example, "That doesn't work for me. I need to prioritize something else." "That doesn't work for me. I'm not comfortable with this." Using this phrase reclaims your emotional and mental space, ensuring the narcissist cannot encroach on your time, energy, or sense of self. Number 5, declaring your limits. Another phrase that sets clear boundaries is, "I'm not available for that." This powerful statement leaves no room for negotiation. It can take many forms in everyday situations, such as, "I'm not available to stay late at work tonight." "I'm not available to babysit this afternoon." "I'm not available to meet up this evening." What makes this phrase so effective is its firmness combined with its simplicity. It politely declines requests that push your boundaries without requiring you to justify your reasons. For narcissists, who often exploit guilt or obligation, this calm and self-assured response is a firm roadblock they can't easily bypass. Which of these boundary-setting phrases do you think would be most empowering in your daily life? Number 6, the firm "I'm not willing." Next on our list is the boundary-setting phrase, "I'm not willing to do that." This declaration can take various forms in real-life situations, such as, "I'm not willing to discuss that topic." "I'm not willing to justify my decisions." "I'm not willing to explain myself further." What makes this phrase so effective is the message it conveys. You are in control of your time and choices. It firmly establishes that your energy and resources are yours to manage, not for someone else to demand. For narcissists, who often seek to dominate or manipulate, this refusal disrupts their attempts to overstep your boundaries and puts you squarely in charge of your actions. Number 7, setting limits with time. When it comes to guarding your resources, especially your time, the phrase, "I don't have time for that," is a powerful tool. In practice, this could sound like, "I don't have time to argue about this." "I don't have time to make extra plans this weekend." "I don't have time to listen to excuses." This phrase draws a clear, non-negotiable boundary, letting the narcissist know that your time is precious and reserved for the things that truly matter to you. By saying this, you remind them, and yourself, that your priorities come first. It's a polite yet firm way to avoid being roped into their demands or drama. Which of these boundary-setting approaches do you find most helpful in protecting your energy and maintaining control over your life? These phrases are just the beginning when it comes to freeing yourself from narcissistic manipulation. Each phrase serves as a small but incredibly powerful reminder that you have the authority to decide what happens in your life and who gets access to your energy. They are your first line of defense, ensuring that you don't let others take advantage of your time, emotional space, or mental resources. However, setting boundaries, while essential, is only part of the process. It's an important first step, but there's something else you need to do in order to fully protect yourself and secure your well-being. So, what's the missing piece? There's one simple but profoundly transformative behavior shift that you must master if you truly want to safeguard yourself from manipulation. It's the difference between setting boundaries and actually sticking to them consistently. This shift will help you break free from the patterns of self-doubt or guilt that narcissists often try to trigger when you assert yourself. It's the game changer that ensures your boundaries hold firm, no matter what. If you're curious about what this key strategy is and how you can begin implementing it in your own life, I encourage you to click on the next video. In that video, we'll dive deeper into this crucial behavior shift and reveal the common mistake that leaves so many people vulnerable to manipulation. Trust me, this is one mistake you won't want to make, and knowing how to avoid it could make all the difference in your ability to protect your energy and maintain control over your life. And before you move on, take a moment to like this video if you found the information helpful. If you know someone who could benefit from these insights, don't hesitate to share it with them. Also, make sure to subscribe so you can stay updated on more empowering tools and strategies to help you reclaim your peace, your power, and your independence. Your journey toward true freedom and self-empowerment starts right here, and I'm excited to take the next step with you. Let's do this together.